This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
He's saying,
Yes. So, below, the first relevant date is 1/4/2010. That's the commencement of the Act. The Act of 2009 came into effect on 1/4/10. So, prior to 2010, there was no real problem. On 1/4/2010, my lord, there was no TET requirement. The requirement came, my lord, on 23rd August 2010. And then, my lord, is the last date, which is, I think, 23rd of August 2017, when the second proviso, my lord, was added, which takes us back to being in position in 2015. That's, my lord, the conspectus. That's the conspectus. Now, my lord, if your lordship will be pleased to see section 23 and the notification of August 2010. Just see 23 once again.
yes,
Any persons possessing minimum qualification is laid down by an authority authorized by the government by notification shall be eligible for appointment. So this is, my lord, prospective. Those who are going to be appointed. Then the lordship sees, my lord, the first proviso. Provided a teacher who at the commencement of this act, commencement of the act is 1/4. The commencement is not August. Whoever, my lord, at the commencement of the act, that is a person, my lord, who's already there. So there are two different, my lord, groups. Under 23(1), those who are going to be appointed henceforth, and this proviso is those who are already, my lord, in place. Those who are, I'm reading, my lord, that way, those who are teachers who are at the commencement of this act, that is, my lord, on 1/4, do not possess minimum qualifications. Under 1 shall acquire. The submission is, my lord, that people like us who were there as on 1/4, we possess the qualification under 23(1) because there was no August. There was no TET. So to say, my lord, that we will be given a grace is wrong because the issue arose in August. So on first principles, those who were in place by virtue of, my lord, this proviso would only be required to fulfill 23(1), and 23(1) on 1/4/10 did not have TET. That's one part. Now, my lord, your lordship may have a look at the notification of August. My lord, your lordship might have it in Mr. Singhvi's compilation.
Mr. Rothi has not looked at second proviso. The whole case is on second proviso, not the first proviso.
Second proviso comes in 17. I'll come to that, my lord. Please bear with me. First point I'm making is this proviso does not apply to me.
First proviso, not on the first.
I'm developing the first, then I will go to the notification, then I'll go. Obviously, my lord, if you just read the second, then obviously if you look at it that way, then everything is gone over. What I'm trying to say is, my lord, I was not requiring any grace as on 1/4/2010. In short, I didn't require a grace. I was very much in place with the requirement of relevant qualifications as on, my lord, 1st April 2010, the first submission, without grace. Now, my lord, see,
1st April 2010,
my lord,
the qualifications had not been prescribed.
correct,
Correct?
correct,
It came into existence
August,
on 23rd August 2010.
right,
So therefore, what the first proviso ordains is this. If you are a teacher on 1st April 2010,
yeah,
you are given 5 years time to acquire the qualification. From which date 5 years will count? It cannot count from 1st of April 2010 because the qualifications had not been prescribed.
correct,
It will count from the date the qualification is prescribed, that is 23rd August 2010. You have a window of 5 years. 2015, if you don't qualify,
I understand, my lord.
2000,
Yes,
you see, that is why it is again made
my lord,
effective with retrospective effect.
I submit.
You are given two years time.
I
5 plus 2.
am only saying, my lord,
In
that
fact,
the first proviso talks about commencement of the act.
Mr. Roti, my brother has been very benevolent in giving you some extra time. I was telling him, let the statute operate as it is, and we had a long
All
discussion on
right,
this.
so one more argument, one more argument.
He's been very, very benevolent.
Now, one more argument, my lord, which is based on what your lordships gave me in the order. Kindly turn to the order. Let me read the order first, my lord, and then make the submission. Kindly turn to para 168. 168 of your lordship's judgment.
Paragraph 168.
Yes. NCT 168. The argument is this, my lord. In other words, that the requirement of TET is only for those who were appointed post August 2010. In that light, we were exempt in 2010. My lords will remember, we were exempt under 2010. Can I just show that and then read 168? 168 is completely in my favor. May I read 160?
Read it, but just answer one question.
Yeah.
EET requirement gets incorporated on 1st August 2010.
Sorry?
EET requirement gets incorporated.
Yes,
on 1st
absolutely right.
So there can be no recruitment after 1st August 2010.
Without that.
If your submission is accepted, then the second proviso will have no relevance. It should never have been there.
So what I am telling,
Therefore, Mr. Rothke, you are missing the point. The point is of what is the significance of second
you
proviso.
know, second proviso does not specifically say that the exemption granted until 2010 is gone.
Who are in position on 31st March
Of course.
2016, they will have to acquire it.
Mr. Rothschild,
So
the teachers have to upgrade their skills.
Achha,
They
just-
have the best standards for the
I
examine it from the
I
school.
have seen, no, I have said
Let them have
which
the best
I am
teachers.
seeing which way the wind is blowing. So I won't put it another way. I just want to read 168.
Okay.
This is not in my favor. That's why I'm reading it. Para 168. NCT's notification reinforces this requirement by stating that teachers working in unaided schools or those in position as on 31st March 15, like me, my lord,
That is the relevant.
must qualify TET. Now, next para is important. The language of both the RT and the notification leave no room for ambiguity that even those who are appointed prior to RT, like me, if not qualified, must not be TET against me within the grace. Now, look at the next line. Only those appointed prior to so and so in accordance with those applicable rules or covered by specific exemptions. This is in the notification of 2010 are exempt.
Exempted, but thereafter 17 does not grant you that exemption.
You know, if you are
This is the difficulty.
you are exempted and then you take what you give
Well,
by the left
yes,
hand, you take it away by the right.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes, yes.
You had your fill.
Mr. Gupta, you were there?
You had your fill in the previous round. How many days we heard you?
May I remind the Lord?
5 days.
He should not be stopped, my lord.
No, not
No, my
but
lord.
Mr. Gupta will hear you because there are other people.
If your lordship is going by seniority, my lord, then Mr. Bikash Bhattacharya should be heard first,
Then-
then me, then my lord,
Then
the rest.
others.
Yes.
Very well. We'll go by seniority.
I will keep myself confined specific to the question of Law 23 proviso, second proviso.
Second proviso. Yes.
May I read it, my lord?
Mr. Bhattacharya for whom?
19, 1931 and 39. And 2325.
Now just give the
19.
first party's name.
Vidhan Kumar Mondal.
Vidhan Mondol.
আর আমাদের পাসপোর্ট
Vidhan Kumar Mondol. Right.
and শ্যামলী হালদার
And Shamali Haldar.
0.31 শ্যামলী হালদার আর
Rashmi.
সোনালী চৌধুরী
Is-
and
is-
0.39
Vidhan Kumar Mondol. These are separate review petitions.
yes madam 3
Shamali and the last one,
সোনালী চৌধুরী
Sonali. Very well. Yes, Mr. Bhattacharya.
My lord, section 23, my lord, should be read in its entirety.
Right.
Yes. Now, my lord, the first is, my lord, the Act desires that there should be a prescribed qualification by competent authority. And then say that any person possessing such minimum qualifications as laid down by an academic authority authorized by the central government by notification shall be eligible for appointment as teacher. This is the prospective operation. Now, second is where state does not have any adequate infrastructure, they will be given 5 years time. Then let's second, provided, the first proviso. A teacher who at the commencement of this act does not possess minimum qualification as laid down under subsection 1 shall acquire such minimum qualifications within a period of 5 years. And then second proviso, provided further, this is important, Lord, we are governed by this, that every teacher appointed or in position as on 31st March 2015, who does not possess minimum qualification as laid down under subsection 1, shall acquire such minimum qualifications within a period of 4 years from the date of commencement of the Right to Children Education Act. Now, our appointment was, my lord, at a point of time when, my lord, the academic qualification was, my lord, determined by the NCTE. And my lord, will kindly turn to, my lord, the
Regulation.
in the matter of, my lord, Anjuman Bidhan. Will kindly turn to, my lord, page 155.
What is that? What is that 155?
155 is the NCTE, my lord, regulation, notification,
Dated
dated 23rd of August.
23rd August 2010.
Yes.
Very good. Yes.
Now, my lord, here, my lord, we'll find, my lord, details are given, then kindly come to, my lord, at page 157.
You just refer to the regulation number.
Yes.
Because we are looking at this compilation.
The regulation 4 of,
Regulation 4.
yes, of 23rd August 2010 regulation.
Regulation
Notification.
Notifications.
2010 notification.
Teacher appointed before the date of this notification.
Yes,
Is that the marginal note?
yes. Teacher
Yes.
appointed before the date of this
This
notification.
notification. Yes.
The following categories of teachers appointed to class 1 to 8 prior to date of this notification need not acquire the minimum qualifications specified in para 1 above.
Right.
A teacher appointed on or after 3rd of September 2001, that is the date on which NCT determination so-and-so regulation 2001 as amended from time to time came into force in accordance with the regulation. And my lord, we are all governed by these. Then the TET was not at all, my lord, a qualification necessary for the purpose of recruitment of teacher, but we had a different training, not TET. Then my lord, kindly turn to, provided that a teacher of class 1 to 5 possessing B8 qualification or a teacher possessing B8 special, my lord, this is not relevant.
2001 regulation.
Could be. Then my lord will kindly take the trouble to turn to page 163.
Good to hear Bengali in court again.
That is the inherent resource. Kindly turn to page 163. That will also clarify the position.
This is what?
29th of July.
29 July 2011.
Yes.
Yes, 29 July 2011.
Yes.
Which clause?
Kindly turn to clause 5. Another para 5.
July 2011. Yes, para 5.
For para 5 of the principal notification, the following shall be substituted, namely, teacher appointed after the date of this notification in certain cases where an appropriate government or local authority or school has issued an advertisement to initiate the process of appointment of teachers prior to the date of this notification, such appointments may be made in accordance with the NCT Determination Regulation 2001. Therefore, it's very clear that the NCT had the basic conception in the mind that prior to 2001, the TET qualification was not available, it's not necessary. Then let B. The minimum qualification norms referred to in this notification apply to teachers of language, so and so, different languages. Now, basic thing, Milord, that even in 2011, the NCT found that 2001 regulation appointments did not come within the scope of TET. That is one important thing.
2001 regulation.
If your lordship kindly comes, 2001 regulation, lordship will be pleased to find.
Page number 142. 137.
Let turn to page 137.
2001 regulation.
What is that?
That is the Lord the
3rd September.
সবাই মিলে কথা বললে কোর্ট হবে কি করে?
3rd September 2001.
This is the Lord the qualification Regulations may be called National Council for Teachers Education Determination of Minimum Qualifications for Recruitment of Teachers in School Regulations.
So you are referring to which particular regulation?
Kindly see that your lordship will not find date mentioned.
No, no. Of course, 2001, it was introduced only after the RTE Act.
Right, so.
So 2001 date was unknown.
What I
It was
say,
unknown.
that's why these notifications will give exemption to the teachers who were appointed prior to the knowledge of date.
When
And this exemption was considered by your lordship. Kindly turn to my lord's own judgment.
Yes.
Para 168.
that has been placed just now by Mr.
Just, I may just repeat. Kindly, para 168 is very important.
Page 90.
Page 90. Well, I will read it a little slowly for my benefit. Well, I would rather read 167 to my lord's reasoning to arrive at 168. Importantly, the first and second proviso to section 23(2) of the RT Act carve out a transitional obligation for in-service teachers who did not possess the minimum qualifications at the time of commencement of the Act. They were required to acquire such qualification, including passing TET within a prescribed time frame. The second proviso introduced by the RT Act extended this compliance period by a period of 4 years from the date so and so. The express legislative intent was to bring in all service teachers within the ambit of uniform quality of standards. Then, NCT's notification also reinforces this requirement by stating that the teachers working in unaided private schools, or those already in position on 31st March 2015, must qualify the TET with the stipulated period. The language of both RT and the notification leaves no room for ambiguity that even those teachers appointed prior to RT, if not qualified, well, this is important, if not qualified, must meet the TET requirement within the grace period. Only those appointed prior to 3rd September 2001 in accordance with the applicable recruitment rules or those covered by specific exceptions were exempted. But this is the finding of the Honorable Court, which will really supports my cause. But this is my misfortune, but in the direction portion,
This is just noticing the relevant statutory provisions and ultimately 23 subsection 2 second proviso, pins you down.
the second proviso pins me down, I have no quarrel, but that will not empower the...
Because whatever exemption is given under a notification cannot override the statutory provision.
My lord,
NCT cannot grant an exemption which the legislature is not providing. The will of the people has to be respected, Mr. Bhattacharya.
the deepest of respect, Lord, I just...
Right? And you are expressing the will of the people
I am.
presently.
Now, I am trying to point out, Lord, that the statute says it depends upon the academic authority. It depends on the academic authority.
We will
The
consider.
academic authority felt it. Academic authority felt it that these people, Lord, need not go to TET.
Very.
But I can also not concede to the extent that if the court feels that they should upgrade their skill, let them do it. But that should not be coterminous with their recruitment. That would be too atrocious.
Very. Thank you.
Lordship,
Yes, Mr.
if the
Gupta,
same
I have
benefit that is given to the others, that he may not get promotion.
Right,
But
I'll just state the two submissions. First of all,
Who are you appearing for now?
Milord, State of Tamil Nadu,
Just
same,
written by State
yes,
of Tamil Nadu.
yes.
Very well.
And Milord,
We have been hearing from the morning
yes.
adjournments because
Change
there
of
will be a new problem.
Milord, your lordship is not going to adjourn this matter, Milord, so we better be here. Now, Milord, I appear in 14 matters, Milord, but the list is there, I don't have to
Very
do
well.
it.
For State of Madras.
For State of Tamil Nadu.
State of Tamil Nadu.
2 points, Milord.
Yes.
By directing compulsory retirement, your lordship has interpreted the second proviso in such a way that it introduces an eligibility condition decades after the person went into service. Now, even though this may be for the benefit of the students, it goes against a very fundamental principle of service law, which also must be applied. That's my first submission.
May I take
Second, my lord.
May I take leave?
Second thing is this, my lord, we have given the facts for 4,49,850 teachers in total in the government in my lord, Tamil Nadu. 3,28,701 not qualified under TET. In 2 years' time that your lordship has given us, my lord, it is administratively impossible to repopulate, my lord, the entirety of the service.
Statute gave you 2 years in 2017.
My lord,
We have given 2 years in 2020.
no, my lord, no, my lord,
If your teachers do not equip themselves, Mr. Gupta, we wouldn't expect the state of Tamil Nadu to
my lord, would your lordship, my lord,
come
kindly,
to the
my lord,
teachers.
no,
By now, there may be several lakhs
my lord,
of
just kindly
teachers.
permit me to end my submission.
Right.
The difficulty is, my lord, if it's administratively impossible to repopulate the service, my lord, then the schools have to be shut down. That's what I'm trying to say, my lord. And my lord, your lordship's help,
What happened in 2017 when this notification came?
it wasn't interpreted to mean what your lordship has now said.
It is
Your
very
lordship has
clear.
interpreted
is
it for the
very
first time.
clear. It is very clear.
It may be, my lord,
It
clear
is
to
very
your lordship,
clear,
my lord.
required no interpretation, but the court is forced upon to
However,
interpret a plain and simple statutory provision.
all I'm saying, my lord, is kindly give us at least 4 years' time. Otherwise, administratively, my lord, it is impossible and the schools will have to shut down. My lord, this is in grounds 4 and 5 of my review, my lord.
4 years' time.
Yes, my lord.
We'll keep in mind.
Lordship.
Yes, Mr. Patel.